So a lot of it is really just a friendship, and it's where we can go to each other with whatever we are having a problem with. And him being farther along in life, having more experience, I'm going to him a lot with questions about life, classes, potential RA positions, and God and Jesus, and reading the Bible, understanding it, and everything in between.
But having that mentorship gave me time to really process what I'm thinking, because I would not do that on my own time. But it's basically, I think the main thing is where she just helped me work through my emotions and work through what I was going through spiritually.
I see the impact that he's had on me more through the actions that I do and the reasons why I do the things I do, because instead of him just saying hey, you should do this instead, he's like, hey, this is the thought process. What do you think I should do? That way it's kind of I am following through and it's my idea.
Well, I was very new to the community and the faith, and I didn't understand pursuing Jesus actually meant. So someone who's been doing it for all his life, from that family and being the oldest for such a large family and having to probably teach them, be an example for them. So I think it translated really easy for him to teach me and the rest of the guys in our small group what it meant to pursue Jesus and how to do that daily and how it impacts the life. So I think I have a much better understanding from the way he taught and just him living his life and being invisible that he is living for Jesus.
I would say that getting to know someone in that setting is unlike anything else. It's different than small groups, it's different than Monday nights, it's different than hanging out at the campus house. You can really get into the nitty-gritty of what's going on in your life and learn about their life too. And you get to just do those things together and walk through them side by side, and you don't have to feel like you're alone anymore.
Just thinking about the biggest thing when you mentor people is love. And a lot of time it's trying to help improve them, and that's true, but you're here to love them first, and understand them, or try to. And I think asking the hard questions, you don't need to push, you don't need to ask for answers, but I think just giving them something to think about is what a mentor does as well. It's to help them through the hard times and maybe ask those questions that people don't normally do. So one of the things that we were doing was teaching, and I'm really bad at teaching. But she would always ask me, she would come up and say, hey, can you lead this today? And we taught a lot of kindergartners, which was not my preferred age group, and she'd say, I think you're really good at this, would you please do this? I'd be like, sure. But that really fostered a good mentality, because she'd keep asking me that and it would get easier over time. I think it's hard, no matter what situation you're in, to sit down and you have to be vulnerable. I feel like if you want to be mentored, you have to be hey, this I maybe don't know, or this maybe I'm not comfortable with, and I'm going to trust that you will help me, who you may have more experience than me or more knowledge on that situation, to come and take me in my vulnerable state and my unknowingness and guide me through that, or walk through it with me if you don't know as well.
And you can't hide behind other people, where in small groups you can. So it just you have to be open to, if you want to get everything that you can get out of a mentorship relationship, you have to be open with that person. You have to show them what's on your mind and what's in your heart and what's going on with you, and that's how you're going to get the most out of that experience.
A lot of my other mentors, I would call them growing up, were my best friend's dad or my basketball coach, and everything that you get from somebody like that shapes you into the person who you are, and those people mentor you through life without you really even knowing it. And if you can be conscious of those kind of relationships, you can get so much more out of them.
I think mentorship just doesn't need to come from one specific person. I think Encounter has a ton of mentors, and they're everywhere. And all the through small groups, service teams, or discipleships, like you can find a mentor, I think, relatively easily because of the community that we have and the community that you guys have built. So all it takes is for a person to get involved, and they'll probably find a mentor right away.
I think a lot of times we feel pressure, like you have to have all the answers, you have to know a lot about the Bible, you better be able to quote it like off the top of your head. You better have the right words to say, you better be able to pray well, or like, you know, like snaps at the end of prayers. Like, I think a lot of people feel like that, and I was like, I'm not ready for discipling. And it's not until I had a conversation with Molly that she was like, you know, you don't have to, I think discipleship, you want to go through the Bible, if you want to go through a book, or if you want to do all that, that's fine. She was like, but literally discipling could be without even calling it discipleship. She says it's literally walking through life with someone. It's hearing their problems. It's talking with them. It's crying with them. It's hugging them. It's caring for them. It's loving them. And that's what discipleship is.
Choose something that you don't see yourself in, but that you want to see yourself in, right? So it's like you see qualities in them that you don't have that you want, rather than like, oh, like we're very similar. Because if you're very similar, there's no point in getting that, right? But then like, I want to be like him, and you're like, yo, you want to like share some of that generosity and humility or whatever other thing that you want. So.
I don't think that anyone should feel like they can't, that they don't have something to offer someone, because maybe someone needs your experience, someone needs your advice, someone is walking through exactly what you walked through a year or 2 or 3 years ago, and they're thinking that they're the only one, and you're thinking that exact same thing. So someone out there needs what you've been through and needs the advice and the knowledge that you have to give.
When you're mentored and people who show you love and want to heal with you and want to grow with you, and who especially want to push you into thinking differently, it changes your life. I don't know if that makes sense. That's gonna be the end of the video. Yeah.